The views and opinions expressed by guests on Strange Darkness Radio are solely those of the individual guest and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the hosts, producers, or affiliates of Strange Darkness Radio. Listener discretion is advised, as content may be unsettling or provocative. Welcome to Strange Darkness Radio After Dark, the show where the shadows grow deeper and the conversations slip into places daylight fears to go. Your host, Bobby Washington, will guide you through the night as we descend into the extreme, the forbidden, and the taboo stories so unsettling, they're banished from the main show. Tonight, nothing is sacred. Lock your doors, dim the lights, and brace yourself because here, we speak what others won't dare. Welcome to the darkness. Welcome to Strange Darkness Radio After Dark.
Welcome to a bonus episode of Strange Darkness Radio. I have a special guest, and his name is... Special guest, what's up?
What's up? This is...
Nice. So, now, do you want to tell the people where you're at and why we're having this conversation? Because I think it's fascinating. A lot of people visit these locations once they're closed down. They do ghost tours.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So you guys should know where he's calling from.
Yes, exactly. Well, right now I'm in Pelican Bay State Prison, and a lot of paranormal things go on here. It's a lot of demonic people here. It's a lot of witchcraft worshipers. It's a lot of things that are unknown and unseen. And I actually experienced some of these things because when I was in a lifestyle as a gang banger, I was very young. And my mother, she didn't know no better. She didn't know about the gang culture or the gang lifestyle, but she actually had divorced my biological father and married a gangbanger. And so the way that I was taught to gangbang was exactly that, exactly how it sounds. So I was being foolish, and I was actually shooting at people and shooting people for color. And so the people that I harmed in my life and the people that done harm to me, it's all twisted, and it's all demonic entities that taunt me, and they mock me every day. They come up, they mock me every day. I see shadows in my cell, and I come to the realization that if you're a believer in Christ, or you're a believer in Islam, or if you're a believer in anything that's of a good entity, a negative source is always going to fight against a good entity, and vice versa.
Yeah. So
you have people hear me talking, and then they'll start talking. Then I'll say good morning to somebody, and then they'll hurry up and say good morning to somebody. And it's like it's always a mimic. Just like they're taunting me, they're mimicking me. Or if I'm in a cell, I don't mean to be jumping all around, because I suffer from ADHD and ADD, so you're going to have to excuse me for that. But when I'm in a cell and I'm just minding my business and I'm reading the Bible, or I'm studying whatever I'm studying, like stuff will just fly out my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no wind blowing in my cell. There's no me tripping over a line or me tripping over a cable cord. Stuff will just literally fly out my cell. And they fly out my cell to let you know that a spirit is actually present.
Yeah.
I don't know if they try to scare me, but I fear nothing.
So, but do you feel a presence when this happens?
I absolutely feel a presence when it happens. And then from the corner of my eyes, I can actually see a quick shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know it's not my shadow, so I can see a quick shadow, or I can feel a slight breeze, or like, for example, Pelican Bay is almost in Oregon, and it's freezing cold in here. And so I be so hot in my cell, I'm actually blowing smoke that it's cold, but I'm chilling like as if nothing ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm remembering all the childhood trauma that I went through, or are the things that make me mad. It's as if I'm, so to speak, Godzilla breathing underneath the earth.
Yeah.
And he's just chilling. And that's how I just be chilling in myself.
So you're basically channeling the energy, negative energy that you've experienced, and that's actually what's physically keeping you warm. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So, with that being said, have you ever experienced anything to where you've been woken up at night or seen an actual figure in your cell?
I've woken up every single night. To tell you a true story, that I have an uncle named, and if you pay attention to people's names, you can channel exactly what they're going through.
Yeah.
And if you hear the name, that's exactly what's going on. That's what you're channeling, somebody from the. And so I was woken up, and I actually don't even know my uncle being sober.
Yeah.
He's been an alcoholic his entire life. Not to put his business out there, but I don't know him to be sober. However, I used to always hear him say, "Oh, I started Bloods," and come to the realization he actually did start Bloods. And the negative, the man is so talented. I mean, he knows how to draw. He knows how to lift weights. I mean, and right now I'm like the smallest dude because I lost a lot of weight. But people see me carrying a 70-pound bag or just working out. It's like, dang, how is he doing that?
Yeah.
It's because I channel everything that my uncle went through in jail. And so the things that he went through in jail, I know exactly what he went through because I'm actually in prison now.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to say, you mean to tell me he has all of these sisters and he can't get a book of stamps or he can't get $5, but it's the choices that he made.
Yeah.
So when he's hearing different individuals come to jail, like, oh, I was with this female, I was with that female, and they're actually talking about his damn sisters. And it's crazy that this is going on, and he having to deal with different rival gangs, dudes from Los Angeles, dudes from Serranos or Norteños or different. He's actually, and I'm dealing with the same exact thing.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, have you?
That's very interesting.
Yeah, have you ever heard of stories from other inmates that have had paranormal experiences to where the person in the cell has actually been harmed by entity?
Yep. Sexually. Yep.
You say sexually?
Yes, sexually. I'm talking about, they're called incubus. They're demonic. They're like female. They're like female demons.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more that you feed into these female demons, the more and more that you'll end up having wet dreams, so to speak.
Yeah.
I've experienced this as well. I've experienced dealing with some of my ex-girlfriends, and as of right now, one of my girlfriends, she's actually married to another woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so we always clown and play around. I'm like, yeah, I would have been your best friend. She's like, you're silly. Because we know exactly what it'll be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the incubus demons that I deal with, they always try to touch me, or not touch me as in my butt or anything like that, but they're aroused. And a lot of times I do get aroused.
Mm-hmm.
At a picture or looking at, but it's in my mind. But if I know for a fact it's these actual demons, these incubus demons, they're taunting me.
Yeah. But you've never, have you seen one in the physical form or just in the dreamscape?
No. In a physical form, what's happening is these demons are actually transforming their spirit onto an actual person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, I can be talking to one of my friends on the phone, and then I can be going to the yard, or I can be going to medical, and then it's the female staff. She'll say the exact same thing what I was just talking to my friend about on the phone. And I'll be like, wow, this is crazy.
Oh, wow.
Like, how did she even know to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how would, and it's, I forgot the movie, what the movie is called. I forgot the name of the movie, but the movie, Denzel Washington played in it. And he had convicted a murderer, and he went to the electric chair, and then the spirit start, I mean, it's the exact same thing that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I deal with this on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I try to find, I say that it's mind-blowing, but it's not even mind-blowing. It's the actual truth.
That's pretty interesting, though.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But you've never had a
Case in
situation.
point, right there.
What's that? What'd you say?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying
No, I
you've never
said case in point to let you know they're monitored.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's why I don't want to get in any detailed background of why you're there or anything like that. But being said, is that in every aspect of prison life that there possibly be a dark entity in these cells, or is it something that just goes through the prison and, you know, picks particular people to mess with? Or is it just everyone's own demons that they're manifesting? Because again, you know, you have nothing but time to a certain degree, and you're constantly contemplating scenarios, whether it's things you've been through, people you've dealt with, regrets you have, and you know, could that really be what's provoking or activating these particular, be it entities or just be it spirit guides or things that could be leading you down these particular paths? What do you think it is?
To answer your question, honestly, truthfully, and sincerely, it's all the above.
Interesting.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I was in Folsom State Prison, New Folsom State Prison, and they like to mess with me for whatever reason. But whatever hidden agendas they like, I done been in so many cell extractions. I done had so many staff assaults.
Yeah.
So they put me in a cell. When I get in the cell, I clean up thoroughly. So I'm cleaning up actual blood in the cell. I'm like, man, why y'all got me cleaning up all of this blood? And so after I cleaned it up thoroughly, whatever, one of the inmates came and said, hey, man, do you know somebody just died in your cell? I was like, wait, what? It was like, yeah, the dude was about to go home and he killed his cellie.
Oh, wow.
I was like, are you for real? I'm like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, he killed his cellie. He was about to go 3 days and he killed his.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
And so, if you want to continue this interview, I'll call you right back and finish explaining it to you.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Definitely.
We'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Strange Darkness Radio's bonus episode. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
So I get into the cell. They let me know that a dude had just killed his cellie, like 3 days. 3 days before he was about to get released. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And so I'm in the cell, and like this environment is either you're prey or you're the predator.
Yeah.
So I'm always channeling energy that's gonna keep me on survival mode. And so anything that ticks me off, makes me mad or whatever, I hold that energy, and when I'm inside this cell, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and I have a hot pot that I set on top of the sink for the electricity plug, and sometimes my hot pot will just fall into the sink. No, it's stable, and I make sure it's stable, and the energy is letting me know, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
It gets real tricky, because from past experience, I've had aunties that had exorcisms done and been drinking, illness lifestyle, and they're hurt and they're mourning for a loss of a child, and they're trying to numb themselves, but they're actually just abusing their body so much, and it's heart-wrenching and it's sad. I get saddened sometimes. However, it's based on that. It's the choices we choose, and it's different demons that are actually taunting you and haunting you, man.
Yeah.
And when I say all the above, it's all the above. It's rivals that I've dealt with. It's their demons that they deal with. It's their aunties or uncles that they dealing with. It's 360 degrees around this whole world.
Mm.
I mean, I've dealt with Shaka Zulu warriors. I've dealt with Native Indian warriors. I mean,
now is
there's
this
nothing
in a
that I
dream?
don't put past people no more.
Yeah, is this in a dream type
This is a
situation,
physical-
or is this in the physical?
No, this is actual life. This is the actual physical life situation.
Hmm.
These are actual life situations. These are. I've dealt with giants. I mean, dudes that are 6'7" that I've knocked out before, and to this day they'll come up to me and hug me. Hey, what's going on, man? How you been? Oh man, I'm good. And these are dudes that I had rivals with when I was in California Youth Authority, or when I was in juvenile hall, or when I was in the boys' ranch. And it's a song that I identified with by Young Blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Gangsters Never Die.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As of right now, though, there's no entity immediately afflicting you, and let alone that's ever said its name or anything like that, correct?
I actually have my door open for me to come out to be with the foolishness, but I denied coming out because the path that I was on, it shaped me into and grew me into the man I am today.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely good and amazing.
Well, I'm in the process, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get a lot of support and get all the help I can get. So I'm on the path to getting out, but I always seek a higher learning, man. I read books like The Laws of Human Nature, Angela Davis, Freedom is a Constant Struggle, Black Flags, Robert Greene Mastery,
Oh, nice.
Astrology for Lovers by his wife, Liz Green. I seek higher learning, man. And so I don't read the urban books and the lifestyle, because I am the urban lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've been to different states, and so I don't seek none of that foolishness, man. I read the Holy Bible. I read the Quran. I read anything that's of a good entity. Listen. Look, show you what I'm talking about right now. Listen.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Now you see how they wanted me to come out to be a part of that?
Yeah.
Why would I want to come out and be a part of that?
Yeah. We couldn't hear totally what they were saying.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. But sound like they were saying.
Now I want to go out and listen to this fool talk about effing playing with me and effing this and that. For what? What's the reason?
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. I'm watching the game. I could be doing some legal work. I could be writing a letter. I could be writing some poetry. I could be writing one of my fans. Why would I want to go out and be a part of that?
That was just a small glimpse into the eerie, often forgotten corners of the state prison system through a paranormal lens. The story you just heard was shared with permission and with the deepest respect for everyone involved. Our goal isn't to sensationalize, but to explore the unknown wherever it may hide, even behind prison walls. Thanks for joining your host, Bobby Washington, for this special bonus episode of Strange Darkness Radio. Until next time, keep your lights low, your mind open, and never stop searching the shadows.
Bad blood, bad dope for the bad bitches, bad habits, fast cars, and fast living. certified turf man, yeah, motherfuckers. It's ghetto bar. We catching up the guy quicker, tricking hard like a predator about to tatted up. We pushing big push through Mexico with Canada. We never letting up, always swindling and won't stop hustling until we reaching millions on them in buildings. Boss up at the bottom of the bottles, menage a trois sessions with some top models. He getting full throttle, going hard, independent, multi-gamer, using 15 faces in so many places. In it for the money, back to the Giants off 100 racks, Hennessy in a double stack. I'm steady gas in this money van, switching lanes. My eyes are risen, and I'm shoving up the finish say, brother, bad facts. I'm in it for the money racks. Way deeper than they don't turn it back. I'm damn a little juice right.